So what actually is artificial intelligence? Not the movie kind with killer robots and apocalyptic futures. I mean the real stuff. The kind that recommends what to watch next, powers your voice assistant, writes essays, and maybe, just maybe, knows a little too much about you. Let's break it down. AI is one of those terms we throw around constantly, but behind all the hype, it's based on something pretty human. The ability to learn from experience. The difference? It's not a brain doing the learning. It's lines of code crunching data at ridiculous speeds. But how did we even get here? Back in the 1950s, this whole thing started as a dream. A group of scientists thought, hey, if humans can think, why can't machines? It sounded crazy. Computers back then couldn't even play decent chess, but the seed was planted. Fast forward through decades of breakthroughs, funding droughts, comebacks, and epic breakthroughs, and boom, we're now talking the chatbots that can argue philosophy, draw like Picasso, and write your homework in 10 seconds flat. But how does it actually work? Like, what's happening under the hood? Well, imagine this. You show a toddler a bunch of pictures of cats. After a while, the kid figures out, oh, anything with fur, pointy ears, and an attitude is probably a cat. That's abstraction. AI does something similar, only instead of curiosity and cookies, it uses algorithms and data. At the heart of most AI systems today is something called a neural network. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Think of it as a giant web of interconnected math functions, all trying to find patterns in the data you feed it. You give it enough examples, cats, songs, traffic patterns, heartbeats, and eventually it starts to recognize what's what. And here's where it gets wild. AI doesn't just memorize, it learns. There's supervised learning, where it learns from labeled data, kind of like a student with an answer key. Then there's unsupervised learning, where it explores data on its own, like a detective with zero instructions. And then there's reinforcement learning, the trial and error playground, where it learns from making mistakes, just like we do. All this learning gives AI its power. It's how it beats world champions at games, helps doctors spot diseases early, writes music, and even drives cars. Not perfectly yet, but enough to make your jaw drop. And we're only scratching the surface. Today's AI can write poems, simulate voices, edit your photos, chat like a real person, and analyze millions of documents in seconds. But it's not magic. It's just insanely fast math running on massive servers trained on oceans of data. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the server room.
Yes, AI is powerful, but it's not perfect. It makes mistakes, it reflects biases in the data we give it, it can be manipulated. And if we're not careful, it can be used in ways that cross ethical lines. Deepfakes, surveillance, job automation without protection, you name it. But that's not AI's fault. It's ours. Because here's the truth. AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to amplify us, to help us think bigger, move faster, and solve problems we couldn't solve alone, like curing diseases, tackling climate change, personalizing education, you name it. So the real question isn't just, how does AI work? It's how will we work with AI? That future's still being written, and honestly, you're part of it. If you like this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more mind-blowing tech stories, and let me know in the comments what AI tool impressed you the most, or freaked you out just a little. This is just the beginning.